All right, guys, these are the times we're going to look back at and be like, God damn, there's so much opportunity in the market, so much ability for us to make money, and a lot of money, 7 figures, some of us 8 figures. We need to lock in, we need to focus, we need to move up. Up seems to be this way, up the news cycle, and hear the news, hear the alpha, and get into tokens earlier than everyone else, because then we can dump on retail and not be the retail that everyone else dumps on us. How do we do it? If you haven't seen this channel before, we are basically like the aggregator of all the KOLs, all the crypto influencers. Just like you go to booking.com to book a flight through hundreds of different airlines, we look at hundreds of different influencers and then see who has the best track records, the best prices on flights, see who's hit those 100Xs consistently, find their wallets, find their portfolios, and follow them very closely on Twitter, looking at the replies and seeing all the new projects that are popping up so we can move up that news cycle and make way more money with our investments. We currently track about 10 different influencers, but recently we've been coming across a couple more very insightful influencers with amazing track records. I'm going to be talking about one of those today, but it came through Alex Becker, because I will say this, Alex Becker may not be the earliest to projects, but he is one of the biggest influencers. He even calls himself the Golden God KOL. He says, remember when I told you about Pin Link here on Twitter a month ago at 10 cents? It was actually 20 cents, which he came down and corrected down here. Small correction, it was 20 cents. God damn, you are blessed to follow the Alpha Papi KOL. He is the Alpha Papi KOL. Self-named, but it's actually true. He's the guy who moves prices more than anything else. It's called the Becker pump when he gets in, because things absolutely skyrocket. In fact, this is what happened after he got into Pin Link at a $26 million market cap, skyrocketed. I believe it actually hit a $350 million market cap. However, in yesterday's video, if you watched it, firstly, Becker got into a new project, Vertical AI. But have a look at this graph. When Alex Becker got into Pin Link, it had already gone up from a $0 market cap from launch on the 15th of November to $26 million. And I plotted it here for you, including the calls from Crypto God John, another influencer we track, and Miles Deutscher, another crypto influencer that we track here. And there was a guy, Zack, CryptoZachLA's, who got in under the 10 mil market cap. I don't exactly know what the market cap was when he got in, but he was tweeting about this. This was his call here on Pin Link on the 15th of November. And so if we're trying to retire our bloodlines in this cycle, I feel like it's a game where we've got the tail of all the influencers and we're pulling them back step by step, trying to figure out where they're all getting their information from, going upstream to the best and most reliable source of the person, the insiders who are hitting those 100Xs, 200Xs. Because like I said, Becker might have the most influence on a token once he gets in, but he's rarely the first in. And if we can find the people who are more consistently the first ones in, we could even be beating Alex Becker into some projects, which there is one that I think I'll mention in this video, and we'll go into more detail in another video, so make sure you subscribe, that I think Becker is about to get on board for. Now, I promised you guys a breakdown on Zack's portfolio, because he was impressive getting into Pin Link, and he's been impressive getting into Cheyenne before Alex Becker as well, and he's got a really awesome track record. I was going to go through his Twitter, trying to find all his wallets, go through Wealth Group, do all this detective work. Unfortunately, last night, I got a DM from Zack himself saying, thanks for the shout out on the video. And I was like, oh, fantastic. This makes my job a lot easier. So in fact, I chatted to Zack directly and got his calls for the upcoming super cycle so that we can all as a community know where he's putting his money and what he thinks is coming up next. And actually a third bonus for you, where he gets his alpha from. Again, moving up that thread of alpha and influences thanks to CryptoZachLA's. Now the tokens I'm going to be mentioning in this video aren't all of his holdings. He does have this tweet right here where he has got a nice picture of a lot of his AI tokens, including things down in the $10 million market cap range, which we can come back to another day and talk about. I want to talk about his highest conviction plays, where most of his money is, which are the tokens that he personally said he's holding and has the highest faith in. It's interesting too, Alex Becker replied to CryptoZachLA's portfolio here, saying this matches the golden god of crypto's bias, thus it is good alpha. You can see Alex Becker does get information from Zack. He's following him there on Twitter. Okay, so let's give the 4 top tokens, 2 in the AI niche, 2 in the gaming niche. Well, my hands are doing weird things there. We've got 4 total, 2 in the gaming niche, and then an upcoming industry that Zack is currently looking at right now that he thinks is going to absolutely explode, and then the person where Zack gets his info from. I got 6 things coming at you, starting with the high cap gaming token. Zack says Carrot is one of his highest conviction gaming plays. Now, we talk about Carrot a lot on this channel. Well, I'm personally invested in Carrot. However, I've always been nervous about something like Carrot because Put simply, if you don't know what Carrot is, it's the My Pet Hooligan token, and My Pet Hooligan is a AAA incredible looking game, top tier a crypto game you'll ever see. But the worry is that the dilution is pretty crazy, almost a $500 million market cap, where circulating is only $77 million, and Crypto John is big into Carrot. And so I asked CryptoZach, are you not worried about Carrot's dilution, when he told me it was one of his biggest gaming plays? And he says they have a lot of investors. Genuinely, if the product is good and the masses catch on, the dilution shouldn't matter, just like any coin. And he then went on to compare it to Axie Infinity, because Axie Infinity was the #1 gaming token in the last cycle that really led the gaming run and did crazy things. And I believe the fully diluted value of Axie Infinity was $40 billion. And if you compare just the games and the technical aspect of the games, there's no comparison. It's like holding a candle up next to a sun. Carrot is way more impressive. And Zach's thesis is that gaming comes around again and the top tokens get to that $40 billion market cap level. This still has 100x left in it. But if the high dilution isn't for you, which is understandable, he then has a smaller market cap gaming token that is his second gaming pick. And he says Moon Tropica is his gaming pick. And he tweeted about it right here. CAR is the Moon Tropica ticker symbol. He says, time for the breakout to commence. Gaming will catch a bid. In our quick chat that we had, he was extremely bullish on gaming overall, not having run yet, and definitely going to be running in this super cycle. So gaming will catch a bid just like AI and utility is catching bids right now. You feel bad you missed the utility plays early, try not to miss the gaming plays this time. You can see here is even mentioned to me, it's like some of the AI plays might be oversaturated or starting to get oversaturated already. However, gaming is still yet to run this cycle. Get in while you can. Moon Tropica will be a leader this cycle, a leader. So the leaders in the last cycle got to the billions. You can see his technical analysis squiggle down here. What is the current situation of Moon Tropica, you ask? Well, 53 billion, nah, they're not that big, not yet. $53 million fully diluted value, $34 million circulating, so there is some dilution there to come, but nothing crazy. There's no carrot here. Currently priced at $15. They peaked earlier at $48. Becker is also into Moon Tropica. I believe Crypto John is also into Moon Tropica. This could do extremely well if they keep executing and the gaming run comes. In fact, Zack said, game launch is coming soon. Teams working hard and partnering up with proper projects as well. Moon Tropica is a $1 billion gaming coin, is his thesis in the making. And one of the bigger gaming bets for this bull run, a billy or bust. And again, if you want to outsource that math to me, that would be a 20x return on your money from here if Zack is right. Now, the next token that Zack personally told me to include in this video is Desync. He says it's his #1 AI play. And it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's obvious that there's like a cabal of crypto influencers where they all talk to each other and all come to the same convictions. But Alex Becker's #1 crypto play, #1, the first place. If you could bet on anything, he would bet on this same token, Desync. And Zack said it's about to hit all-time highs and it's sitting at a $500 million market cap again. So again, this is a bit of a higher market cap play. But as Zack said, these higher market caps in the AI niche are a little bit safer now because there's a lot of AI tokens popping up and saturation hasn't occurred, but it's starting to occur where it's already had a decent run. A lot of my own AI bags are up 5 to 10 to even 12x. So Zack's thesis is basically there's way more safety in the top tokens, the blue chip tokens that are sitting at, and we can get to the graph here because it was sitting at a 500 mil market cap, pulled back to 35 cents, which is a 354 mil market cap, of which Zack had another tweet that actually predicted this pretty spot on. He said it could pull back to 36 cents, he said, and it has. So he's done well with that technical analysis as well. But if Desync continues to pick up and continues to be one of the top performing tokens, starts to get listed on some tier 1 centralized exchanges, this could be a token to watch out for. Okay, then his conviction in a smaller cap AI token is, interestingly enough, the exact same one that Alex Becker got into yesterday. He said, the latest AI coin I've gotten into is Vertical AI. Keto's video, we'll get into Keto in a second, is a perfect summary of what Vert AI is. Highly recommend giving it a watch if you're curious about why I got into it. Team is doxed, have a legal entity set up as well, which is a big bonus. Now, Vertical AI, unfortunately, isn't at a $12 million market cap like when Zack originally called Pin Link. I've got a couple of things to mention to you which might be a little bit more exciting if you think that this is already run. However, why am I including this video? Well, because Zack only sent me 2 AI tokens, one of them Desync and the other one's Vertical AI, meaning it's not just the flash in the pan, it's not the pump and dump. You saw Pin Link took 2 weeks. to do its 12x. Zack's under the belief that vertical AI is actually a really legit project and could do something very similar. So even though you look at this graph and you see, oh, this is already run, I've already missed it, his thesis is that you likely haven't, because it's still only at an $83 million market cap. And guys, if you're like, why is this running up in straight stages like this? Well, this is why we track influencers on this channel, because each of these pumps is a different influencer promoting it to their audience. And you can see this first pump here was Ilio Trades, and he pumped it from a low 20 to 30 cents all the way up to that 50-cent mark. Then the Becker pump, the classic Becker pump, got in and promoted it from 46 cents up to a 79 cents. And then this was a very handsome, very amazing, very astute influencer, a newer one on the scene, Across the Rubicon, Benji from Across the Rubicon. This was actually our YouTube video yesterday, I'm under the belief of, because it times up pretty perfectly. And even though I'm used to being a little bit of a smaller channel like I was in the last cycle, we as a community can actually move markets decently now. So congrats to us. We are growing. We appreciate you being here. If you're not actually subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button below, because I'm going to be working extremely hard in this super cycle to move you up the new cycle and to get into new projects as early as possible. And in fact, I'll show you exactly how much I'm working for you right now. I've been asking Zack about what new things he's looking into. And he said, I think that AI agents could be the next thing that hits hard as it's heating up on Google searches. But who knows? It's super niche. I asked him, I've started to hear things here too. Have you made any plays or still researching? AI agents, guys, is sort of the buzz of the community at the moment that hasn't fully run yet, unlike some of the other utility AI coins. Zack said, still researching. Might have found something, but nothing sealed yet. Might have found something. Now that intrigues us, because these are the ones that probably haven't run yet. Still figuring it out and what options there are out there. And then he went on today to post this. Who's developing a top tier AI agent and haven't launched yet, haven't launched their token yet? Tag them below. Now there's a lot of suggestions down here that I'm going to go through. I'm also going to stay in touch with Zack to make sure that we can hear about the AI agents and the plays that he's making in this field before everyone else. Let's move up that news cycle. The last thing that helps us as a community move as far up this news cycle as possible is this guy here, who was ahead of these influencers that we track and get extremely awesome results from, said that there is some guy that actually feeds him information for some of his plays. So a guy who's ahead of Zack. Zack wrote, you should link with Cryptology Keto. Dude is a master at making videos on projects and finds some gems. He convinced Zack to get into vertical AI in the first place. And so I came and gave Cryptology Keto, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this, a follow on Twitter, and I'll be deep diving him further this week so we can keep moving up this golden thread together and find the tokens before they do their 100x. In fact, one token, which I've hinted at in this video already and that I've been in for a long time, is OGPU. Keto says, I'm seeing this ticker a lot in my comments. How is the community? He looks to see if the community is good before getting into projects. Again, we're going to be doing a video on OGPU this week because honestly, my intuition is going off with this project. So again, subscribe to make sure you're there. Now, if you like following the best traders in the world, the ones who get the most consistent 100x's, and some of them create their own 100x's when they get in because they absolutely pump the coin, you would love our inner circle. Scroll down to the description below and join our inner circle because we have something called the Rubicon Whale Tracker, which has these influencers' wallets reverse engineered, their portfolios, and their Twitter comments, the small replies that most people don't see. And we scrape all three of these things for new projects that are up and coming before they reach the mainstream and before they reach the exit liquidity. Because the entire point of this channel, and furthermore, inside our inner circle, is trying to get the little guy the same opportunities as the KOLs and the best traders in the world. And we want to move you from this exit liquidity zone past the 5x, past the 20x into the 100x range, because especially in a super cycle, you're going to be seeing a lot of it. We've been getting some crazy results recently. Honestly, the lead researcher inside our inner circle just said, our price is too cheap because we're literally one of the cheapest groups out there. And we're aggregating all the alpha and notifications across the top projects, the top tokens, the top influencers, and bringing it to you in one push alert to your phone. I mean, just 4 days ago, we saw Kyle Chassis buying in to Colin, which funny enough, I saw mentioned on Keto's page. We saw Kyle Chassis getting in there at a $2 to $3 million market cap, Pumped all the way up, guys, at the top to a $23 million market cap. That notification came through the whale tracker. We also had Vertical AI as the new token roundup. We mentioned Elio Trades talking about the new token at a $45 million market cap. Right now, guys, it's past a $90 million market cap today. I think it's gone just under that. We had Becca talking about getting into Cheyenne on Twitter before it did a 13x. Again, push notification to your phone. We had exactly when Alex Becker said that he was buying into Pin Link and partnering with Pin Link before it did a 12x. We had that in the Rubicon Whale Tracker. Also in the Rubicon Inner Circle, we are doing a $50K to $5 million challenge where I took out $50,000, put it in dedicated wallets. It's sitting at about $120,000 now. We're still trying to get it to $5 million, but we bought into OpenGPU in that challenge thanks to our community members because our community is so strong and we have some really awesome recommendations. We got into OpenGPU at just over 30 cents, way back here. And then even further back than that, this was our most impressive thing from our community that we've ever done. We were into Casper at a $25 million market cap. You can see it's now close to a $4 billion market cap. Way back down here on the graph before it went absolutely crazy. And yes, I didn't put enough money into Casper because I didn't know what I was doing back in 2022. But now I do, and I'm moving with more conviction. There couldn't be at a better time to literally change our lives with crypto. We're in the land and the time of opportunity. So please join us in the Inner Circle. Once again, I'm getting a lot of DMs, which I haven't been able to respond to. A lot of people trying to join the Inner Circle. Literally go down to the description below, click on join the Inner Circle. We did have a payment processor go down yesterday. So if you were trying and couldn't get your payment through, go try again. It should be back up for you. You can click either the join the Inner Circle link or the Rubicon Whale Tracker link. They both lead to the same thing. It's all wrapped up in one package for you. Excited to see you on the inside. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.